KMA Talk Radio, life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. With your hosts, Honest Abe and Adam K. the Brewmeister. Listen to the show anywhere in the free world at KMATalkRadio.com.
I like to smoke them like some Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning, loyal listeners, libertarians, lovers of the leaf, and everyone all across this great nation of Radio Land. Welcome to another exciting edition of KMA Talk Radio. Once again, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister, and with me, of course, America's host with the most, Honest Abe.
Good morning.
Hello, hello. Little up, okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem. How are things?
Good, very well.
Oh, good.
How are you?
Oh, I'm chilly. It's a bit of a...
It is kind of like
It is a...
subarctic in this
I have
room.
a jacket. Oh, I mean, outside in South Florida, it's cold too, though. It's like 50.
It's colder in this room than it is outside.
That's how you like it.
Typically, yeah. But I mean, it is extra cold. What's up?
You know, you've never walked in and just said, "Hey, the temperature's perfect in here."
You know what? Because it never is. It's either like
I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, it's either subarctic or it's like a tropical jungle in this room.
This is a demonstration
Seriously.
of
Wait till we get
Wirecast.
our three guests in there with you. It's gonna get nice and warm.
The body heat will go up, huh?
Body heat. Nothing warms a room like body heat.
I kind of missed Adam's like little monotone intro, and
Because
I don't
you're
know about
saying
anybody
it
else
was
doing
extra
it.
lively this morning? Is that what you're
That's
saying?
fantastic.
he's in a
Wow,
great
that's
mood.
never going to get old, is it?
No,
Really
I
isn't.
hope our audience thinks that drop is as funny as we do, because it like legit
They're not
tickles me.
they're not exposed to it during the week like we are, so they probably don't get it as much as we do.
Thankfully, I'm not exposed.
But
that
Adam
much.
basically says this regularly.
I'm trying to cut it out.
I thought he was cutting it out. Yeah, he said
He's
he was.
trying.
It's
Just
one of
give him a
those
little-
just false
Give
things.
him a little bourbon. Just say, hey, you want some bourbon? That's fantastic. That's all you got to do.
At least there's bourbon involved.
Yes.
How was your little trip there, buddy?
Oh, it was legendary.
What did you? I mean, this.
Hold
is
on.
just
Wait.
your- He didn't say it's fantastic.
Wait, he said it's legendary. So
Yeah.
this I got to hear because typically Adam's trips
This
are
is
so
a
boring,
demonstration
nothing
of
happens,
Wirecast.
that we used to have a contest of our listener who could make up the best fake story of Adam's trip using certain people and items. So what made this trip legendary?
I was present for the.
Legendary.
I was present in person for the first and only time a number one seed is lost to
Okay,
number
so
16.
I guess that was legendary.
I mean, for the rest of my life, I can say I was there.
Listen, with your luck, it'll happen next season, next year.
135-1.
I know.
Based on our poll results, our audience doesn't care either.
I'm just, really. I'm just curious how many brackets were eliminated
Oh,
that day.
a ton.
It had to be 90%,
Oh yeah.
if not more.
There were no more perfect brackets at the end of Friday
It
or
had-
Thursday or end of Friday.
It had to be over 95%, if not 98. Because who would have picked that?
I mean, there was the one guy who did put $800 down and won $16,000 in Vegas by betting UMBC.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He even showed the ticket. It was all over Twitter and
Crazy.
the internet. Yeah.
Wow.
This is a demonstration
But yeah, it was a really
of
great time. You know, went
Wirecast.
to 8 different breweries.
Nice.
Charlotte is a wonderful city to visit with all kinds of beer all over the place.
You should consider moving.
I'll take note.
Coop, I
That's
think Coop
fantastic.
Coop probably has an extra room
Yeah, his
at his
kids are,
place
his
you could
kids are
stay
up.
at.
Listen, as much as he travels, you can stay at his place with his family. You know,
That's
just
fantastic.
shave your head, get a foot shorter. They may not even notice.
He was saying. Coop was saying that this is the first time in 11 years that he's gone on a trip because he's going to call in from Vegas this
is a
morning. He said it's the first time in 11 years that him and his wife are actually on a trip together.
Really?
And I so much wanted to comment, like, dude, you're away every other week. You never take your wife?
That's why they're happily married.
I guess you're right.
Oh yeah, you're still a freshman, man.
Yeah.
You got time to figure this all out.
I see. Whenever they tell me they want me to travel somewhere for work, I'm like, no, I can't. My wife's pregnant at home.
when
you know.
when that warm fuzzy feeling you experience,
Yeah.
looking at your wife turns into an ulcerated stomach. That's when you've
This
graduated.
is a demonstration of Wirecast.
I don't think I'll ever get that way.
Oh my God! Let me see if my wife is listening to the show.
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
No, not yet. I'm safe.
Oh, okay.
I'm safe.
Every week here at KMA Talk Radio, we like to give away great prizes. Congratulations to last week's Zycar Caption Contest winner, Laurent Carney of Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
Oh, I'm a big fan of this week's caption contest.
Yes, if you'd like to take home a Zycar Loom Double High Performance Gray Lighter, just head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page and post your best caption under this week's photo of, well,
Yeah.
little risque.
I don't know if it's risque. I just think it's hot.
I think
Just hot.
the correct starting captions are "Bump Chicka Bow Wow."
Yeah. I'm wondering if they're twins.
Well, that's one way to catch me traveling.
Oh, that was almost semi-good. Oh, I just lip read Colin's comments in class. I just was able to lip read that.
Well, that's one way to get me to watch women's sports.
Right? Holy cow.
I'm married, so these pictures show up in my feed a lot more now.
Yeah.
Hey, head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page, post your best caption under that photo, and you can take on the Loom Lighter. Each week, our good friends over at Recluse, we have the KMA Recluse poll of the week. Last week, we asked you, how much time will you spend watching the NCAA tournament? Amazingly, 52% of you only said, I'll watch a little. 29% of you said, what's the NCAA tournament? Come on, guys. Get out from under a rock.
Man, that's over 80% of the people who are basically uninterested in the NCAA tournament.
Demonstration of
That's a lot.
This is my Christmas.
Listen, look, you also go to bars and Whole Foods. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not the barometer of the norm of a human being.
He asked
But
me yesterday,
to go to Whole Foods.
when are we going to meet up there?
When do we go to the Whole Foods bar, Paul? Come
Since
on.
I'm a neighbor now.
You know you want to, right?
Come on.
I will. I want to
will.
see what he does because I want to see him walk
I
in
thought
and be
you've
like,
already been there with him.
No, I've
Oh.
gone with my wife.
Oh.
He went
But
to the other one.
Yeah, I want to see him walk in and be like, hey, JB. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Francie. Like, talk to everybody and say hello, know everybody's name.
Oh, what do you got on tap today? That's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
You know when the guy at the bar at the Whole Foods starts saying that's fantastic and making fun of him, you know that it's really funny.
Poor
If you'd
guy.
like to take home a 5-pack of Recluse cigars, head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page and cast your vote in this week's poll. Congratulations to Marcus Howard of Savannah, Georgia. Took home a 5-pack last week. This week's poll, how do you take care of the landscaping at your home?
Where do you come up with these poll questions?
I've been dealing with this since I'm a new homeowner,
Oh,
and
so
I
you're
want to
taking-
know.
You're taking your obscure personal life
This is a
happenings
demonstration
and turning
of
them into our
Wirecast.
poll.
Obscure?
Yeah.
It does, everybody. This I'm like the American dream here. I buy a house, have a kid. This is like the standard American family beginning.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I would have said that 3 years ago too,
Yeah.
but now it's a dream of mine.
I mow the lawn myself with a cigar and a beverage. My kids mow the lawn while I sit and watch with a cigar and a beverage. My landscaper mows the lawn. I'm sorry, why would I care about mowing my lawn?
The problem is that this is not relatable to about. Well, I guess
This is
across
a
the country it is. I keep
demonstration
forgetting
of
we're nationwide.
Wirecast.
Yeah.
But yeah, Florida, most developments have. Your association doesn't take care of your landscaping.
Not in my yard. But it's
Oh,
really
within
low
your
HOA.
fence to your, yeah, absolutely, they don't. Yeah.
But in some of the places we looked at, they do. But your HOA fees are like $700-800 in some of those places. It's crazy.
I couldn't tell you. In fact, I think
Brandy handles that.
No,
stuff.
hell no. we actually get like the landscaping that comes around with the association.
Yeah.
But they suck so bad that I still hire my external
Oh,
Oh,
landscaper.
you need somebody to fix what they're messing up.
to make it look to my standards. You know, I mean, it's just it's sad, but that's what I do.
Understood.
Thank you.
Our guests today are going to be Rick Alvarez and Joe Fernandez of Altadis USA. They're going to talk about their new products, the Henry Clay Rustic Cheroot.
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 I got to tell you something. A little surprised with this cigar.
Yeah, me
a little bit
too.
surprised. Talk to you about it, when we get them on. But, typically I always thought of cheroot, and I'm going to have them explain what exactly is a cheroot when they get on. But I always thought of it as something that came in a full pack that Clint
This
Eastwood
is a
chewed while he's riding a horse out in the
demonstration
desert
of
somewhere.
Wirecast.
Our
That's a
Lord
cheroot,
Josie Wales.
right?
Oh, yeah. And Jim Howard of the Blast Infinity Odor Shield will be here to talk to us about Odor Shields.
Got a bottle in my car. It works.
Works great.
It works.
And Glenn Loop is going to call in the second hour to talk about the new things that came out this week from the FDA.
Yeah, some bad news this week, so I'm going to see how we can interpret that.
Well, there's also the report that came out that they're also sending out the new comment period. So that's going to be a new 90-day comment period about getting the exemption out there. So what does this mean? What's the next step? Where do we
Don't
go
know.
from here? Who knows? But Glenn Loop will be here to tell us all about it
Wirecast.
when we come back right here on KMA Talk Radio. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Nat Sherman is the leading American luxury brand in premium cigars. From the classic range of the Metropolitan and Host selections to the transformative Timeless collection, their elegant Sterling and limited edition offerings, or the bold and commemorative 1930 blend Andy Polka. Everyone has the opportunity to enjoy a Nat Sherman experience. Family owned and operated since 1930, Nat Sherman's tradition of innovation and commitment to excellence reminds us why America's Nat Sherman brand is known as tobacconist to the world.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only nonprofit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
The recently released Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is an extremely rare blend of Perdomo's finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. Bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged in bourbon barrels for an additional 2 years, these exquisite Nicaraguan tobaccos are bursting with rich, complex flavors. Offered in Connecticut, sun-grown, or Maduro, available at only 250 authorized tobacconists worldwide, the Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is a must-have for every cigar enthusiast.
Monte Cristo has set the standard once again, turning back the hands of time by utilizing a long-forgotten, unique aging process that harmonizes the flavors of the wrapper, binder, and filler with the use of small pilones. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured is an exquisite cigar you must try now. Available nationally for the first time, Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured features a 2006 Nicaraguan Rosado Oscuro wrapper that is both beautiful and distinctive. This cigar is a masterpiece no one should miss. Make sure you get one today at your local tobacconist. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
This is royalty-free music? Okay. This is KMA Talk Radio. I'm Adam K. the Brewmeister. Welcome back to episode 290.
10 more.
10 more.
Wow. We got to pick a shop where we're going to go. Are we going to do that next week?
I was thinking 2 more weeks.
Two
Give
more
people
weeks?
some time, yeah,
All
because
right.
the Facebook post is still getting some hits. So
Okay.
that, by the way, don't forget to visit KMA Talk Radio on Facebook so that you can choose what shop we do our 300th episode from.
Yeah, tell us what shop you'd like us to do it in and why. And we'll pick
And
up.
if that place has a bar and a great bourbon
Well,
selection, that might
you got-
totally
yeah,
lead you into a better
It increases
voting.
your odds.
Yeah, I'm just
Increases
saying.
your odds.
You want to butter me up? That's how you do it. Anyway, it's
Because Adam likes to be buttered up.
Look, that's fantastic.
That was a scary image. Move on.
All right. Anyway, let's see what now. It's time for our favorite part of the show.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
It's time to meet your maker.
This week, KMA Talk Radio is pleased to welcome Rick Alvarez and Joe Fernandez of Altadis USA. Gentlemen, welcome and thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Have we froze you out yet or no? It's starting to get a little warmer in here a little bit.
It's a little warmer.
It's still cold. Come on, man. You and I got like fur jackets on. We got like natural coats of layers of warmth. But I'm cold. It was cold. It really was when we got in here today.
It's cold.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. So you guys are both wearing the Romeo San Andreas shirts, which is a new offering from Romeo in the Romeo y Julieta by Romeo y Julieta line, which is not to be confused with the Romeo by Romeo y Julieta.
Made it really easy for everybody.
And the R&J by Romeo. I mean, it's kind of gotten a little confusing from a consumer standpoint.
Yeah, we've gotten that feedback, and we're acknowledging that.
Good. So tell us, you got the nice black matching shirts on. Tell us about this new cigar.
I'm an extra large, by the way.
Looks like I have one in my office.
It looks like it's a dry fit, too, so I'm always looking for more golf shirts.
It is.
Beautiful. We do a good job making nice swag, so
Absolutely.
we got to sport it every now and then.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So San Andreas, we just actually launched it last week. We had a launch event Thursday night. Really excited about it. It's the first kind of big, bold San Andreas in the Romeo family. Made by AJ Fernandez in Nicaragua. We've been collaborating with him a lot, trying to grab on the Nicaragua trend and really bring those products to market for consumers. Binder is Nicaraguan, filler is Dominican and Nicaraguan, but it really has a nice punch. The wrapper is beautiful if you've seen it. It's aged for a very long time at AJ's facility. He does a fantastic job fermenting his stuff and aging his stuff and really bringing together a fantastic stick. And then the color combination, obviously, the split design that we launched in 2012 with the original Romeo, the red and white, was very different. Popped on shelf. This one's black and white. We think it's going to really pop on shelf as well. And with the very aged kind of dark wrapper, and then the white and black combination on the band, it's a beautiful stick. And it's not only, obviously, you eat with your eyes first. It's a great stick to look at, but it's really, really a good stick to smoke. Got a lot of body, a lot of complexity. Very bold cigar. Definitely not a 8 in the morning cigar, but definitely a good cigar later in the day to round out your day.
My problem is I typically overeat with my eyes. I need to stop doing that. Always looking at too much. Now, you guys are both relatively new at Altadis USA?
Yes.
Okay, and what exactly is your title or position is there
now? So we are both brand directors. So I am responsible for Monte Cristo, H. Upman, and Aging Room, which we recently took distribution rights last year.
And I'm responsible for the Romeo line, our portfolio brands, and our private labels as well. And I'm actually a lot newer than Joe. I've only been there about 2 months now.
Super new. And Joe, how long have you been there now?
I've been there a whopping 8 months.
Okay, I mean, extremely new still.
Yeah, we're new.
Where did you guys come from? What's your backgrounds?
My background is more in consumer packaged goods and beverages, as well as wine and
might
spirits.
have bought or heard of?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper Snapple,
Oh, yeah.
7-Up, Sunkist. That was my job before this. That's where I was.
Oh,
and
wow.
Before that, I was at a company called Chatham that makes Icy Hot and Selsun Blue, cortisone cream, things like that. Gold Bond lotion, things like that.
Since you brought up you work for 7-Up and everything,
Yep.
so who really killed RC Cola?
RC Cola is alive and well.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I feel like it died.
No, it's still there.
RC
It's
Cola
still
was
there.
never. I came from the grocery business. I got a little grocery.
RC Cola and Moon Pie. That's the
Moon Pie, right?
Yeah.
But RC Cola never really was that dominant.
Well, I just feel like in the 90s it was more of a prevalent thing, and I don't feel like you ever see it
I just
talked about
think they stopped advertising.
Right.
Yeah,
They did.
They,
That's all
didn't,
they
they
did.
gave up. They're
Yeah.
always going to be number 3,
Yeah, well,
so they don't care.
Are they even number 3?
No,
They're
Dr.
not
Pepper.
number 3.
Dr. Pepper's 3.
Yeah.
They're probably a distant 5 or 6.
Right.
In the dark colas.
Well, I mean, what you know,
And now you know.
and it's funny, actually. I was just having lunch with Lou Rothman yesterday, and we were talking about this.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in town. He's leaving for Cuba Monday, and we're going to have him on after the show
Oh,
after he gets
awesome.
back to talk about his Cuba
Great.
trip.
Oh, I would love to hear about
But
it.
we were just talking about that, and people don't realize is the market share between first and second in that industry.
It's crazy, right?
It's not even
insane.
close.
Yeah.
I think one's like 60%, the next one's like 16.
Wow.
I mean, Pepsi is like a so far distant second. So when you get to RC Cola, they're like, why advertise? I mean, why would you spend the money on advertising?
Well, it's funny because we see this. It's the exact same thing when we have all these guys come in and talk about beer. It's the exact same thing. But the Bud Light market share is just so high that even the guys where you think Sam Adams is putting out massive amounts of quantities, they're barely putting out 100,000 kegs a year.
But they're spending a lot of money, though.
Yeah.
They do advertise.
But you see how in tune he is with the industry. Like he
Beer?
knows that. He knows that Bud Light took over this year for being the number 1 highest selling beer in
What was
America.
it before Bud Light? Budweiser?
Regular
Budweiser?
Bud.
But he knew that. And he's like, yeah, of course I did.
Yeah, you know.
Why would I not know that?
Piss water and light piss water. I mean, what's the difference?
I'm not a fan.
So Joe, you've been with Altadis now for 8 months.
What was your
How did
background?
you get trapped into this crazy world we call the cigar
So
industry?
my background is mostly in alcoholic beverages. So funny enough, I work for AB InBev on Bud Light. And then
Sorry about that.
so basically, you've gone from one evil empire to the next evil empire. Is what you're trying to tell me?
A couple. So I was with AB InBev, then I went with E&J Gallo, and I was in their spirits division. And then I was with Bacardi. So I worked on Bacardi Rum and on Doers.
Wow, interesting. How are you guys finding the cigar industry? Comparative to your similar, completely different?
For me, it's very similar, at least coming from the Scotch world. There's a lot of similarities.
Right. And I got to imagine the liquor industry is a lot more fun.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
I don't know how much fun Selsun Blue packaging is. You know, I mean,
that is fun. That is fun. But yeah, in the spirits world, I would equate the cigar business to the spirits, but definitely not to beverages or consumer packaged goods. And what I'm realizing about this and the beauty of the cigar industry is the artisanal component of cigars and how they're made. It's a handmade product, and I'm not used to. I'm usually working with mass produced, machine made products that are just being pumped out by factories. And there's definitely a slower, more sort of older process than making cigars that I find fascinating. I was actually in our factory a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and I found that whole experience to be just incredible.
Is it the first time?
Yeah, it was my first time in a cigar hand-rolling factory down in the Dominican Republic. I was fortunate enough to be there, and it was just a great experience.
I wish we could get our government to realize how much of an artisan product it is and whatever, but we're going to talk more about that with Glenn later on in the show to see how the new ruling is going to affect or possibly affect people in the industry. So that'll be interesting.
Yes, let's get the shackles on. Everybody wants it. It'll be great. When we come back, we have to take a short break now. We're going to find out all about what is a cheroot and why it's now got the name Henry Clay attached to it here on KMA Talk Radio. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you stick around. And if you've missed anything, make sure you check out the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page and all the archives on KMATalkRadio.com. More with Rick and Joe from Altus USA and Henry Clay, the rustic cheroot, when we come back. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Joya de Nicaragua proudly announces the release of Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial, a carefully modified recipe containing a unique and exceptional selection of barrel-aged grade A fillers and a beautiful silky shade-grown Habano wrapper. From the legendary Jalapa Valley, produced in small quantities, this exceptional medium to full-bodied cigar will continue to captivate consumers with its rich Nicaraguan complexity, subtle woody and sweet flavors, and a velvety finish. Try a Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial today.
Quality and value are always the two biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
Make sure you try all of Caldwell's lines, including Long Live the King, Blind Man's Bluff, and Eastern Standard, which were all awarded 91 ratings by Cigar Aficionado and Cigar Snob. Do not forget the 93 rated King is Dead, which earned a spot in the top 25 cigars of the year last year by Cigar Aficionado. You can find more information by following Caldwell Cigar Company on Facebook. If you're not running with us, run from us. We own the night. Caldwell Cigar Company.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only nonprofit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
If you had to pack a go bag, what would go in it? For Pepe Mendez, it was his rare Pilotico tobacco seeds, which he personally carried to the Dominican Republic half a century ago. In tribute, we introduced the Monte Cristo Pilotico Pepe Mendez, a robust cigar with nutty, leathery notes and a slow burn that marks the rebirth of a golden age. Try the new Monte Cristo at your local cigar lounge, and you may want to pack one to go too. Surgeon General warning, tobacco smoke increases the risk of lung cancer and heart disease even in non-smokers.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato cigars.
CLE Cigar Company presents CLE Cigars, Aroa Cigars, and Asylum Cigars. With 4 generations and over 120 years of experience in tobacco. From seed to smoke, these cigars are produced in Honduras and Nicaragua with the utmost care and precision possible. CLE Cigar Company introduces a vast array of tobaccos in various sizes to bring the highest quality of premium tobacco direct for your enjoyment. Visit clecigars.com for more information.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K., the Brewmeister. With me, of course, America's favorite host with the most, Honest Abe.
Good morning.
Hello, hello.
I do not buy anything with vegetable in it. Just want that for the record. As we will confirm later with Glenn Loop. Oh, no, he's putting the headphones on.
Dude.
You're wrong.
I'm telling you, you
You're
got
wrong.
vegetable cream cheese last
You're
week.
wrong.
Maybe you accidentally grabbed it, thinking it was a scallion.
Vegetables can't be eaten unless there's some form of dead animal surrounded or by it. Even on pizza. You know, I mean, I could deal with little vegetables or there's pepperoni or sausage.
This asparagus would be great if it was wrapped in bacon.
Who would go get bagels and low-fat vegetable cream cheese? And by the way, you're guilty because you've done it like 3 or 4 times. Right?
I
I
thought
get the
people-
bacon scallion.
Maybe some people are worried about that kind of thing.
Look,
you know,
have
like-
you looked in the mirror? You obviously are not worried about it.
What are you talking about?
Low-fat cream cheese. That's like the guy who goes to the drive-thru and orders 5 Whoppers and a Diet Coke.
I'm trying to cut back.
Whoppers sound good.
Whoppers.
Got to get the Diet Coke in it.
He probably doesn't order. Do you order fries when you get fast food? I
No.
feel like you're. I knew it. Those people are weird.
I don't order fries.
Really? No, that's strange. Why? That's the
If
whole
I go
point.
to Chick-fil-A, that's a different story, though.
Yeah, I don't get the whole Chick-fil-A
For the most
thing.
part,
I don't think it's that
not.
great.
I'm not really a fry. I've never really been like a fry person.
Really?
No, I mean I
Oh
can
my
eat them.
Oh.
I'll chew them. But like if we order lunch at the shop or somebody whatever, and I just give my fries. I'll grab like 5 or 6 of them. And
Wow. Oh,
I don't
dude.
find them that fulfilling.
I live for fries.
Yeah.
And Wendy's fries
Well,
are the
you
best.
also like vegetable cream cheese. I prefer the meat in the burger. Yeah.
Because the McDonald's meat is such high
Okay,
quality.
first off, I haven't been in McDonald's since about 1992, maybe. Was I still in college? Because that could be the last time I went to McDonald's.
Really?
Dude, my kids won't eat at McDonald's.
Yeah, it makes me sick.
I'm serious. My kids, like my daughter, who you probably see her on camera, we like to go to lunch after the show. One time I even joked, "Hey, you want to go to McDonald's?" She almost started crying in the
Yeah,
car.
you told me that.
She's like, "Come on, Daddy, please no." I mean, they won't. It's not even edible food.
Dad, let's go to the seafood place.
No, I told you I caught the fraud thing because I saw a Domino's charge on my credit card. Domino's? I've not been in Domino's since I was in high school, maybe.
Anyway, we're here with Rick Alvarez and Joe Fernandez of Altadis USA. Before we went to break, we were joking that we were going to now find out what is a cheroot.
Yeah,
and it is
well-
not Groot's ugly cousin from Guardians
I
of the
mean,
Galaxy.
what is the definition? Because I always picture cheroot as cigars that come in foil, like Clint Eastwood smoking. What's the technical definition of what makes them a cheroot?
Well, a cheroot is an old term. It's an old cigar term that's been around for hundreds of years, literally, and it basically means
Like
it's
Clint
a,
Eastwood,
yes,
hundreds of
like
years,
Clint-
yes.
yes, exactly. Basically, it's a thin cigar that's open on both ends. That's what a cheroot is.
It doesn't do with the tobacco or where it's good. No, really.
It's just a term for a thin, open-ended cigar.
Learn something new every day.
And ours is a sort of modern interpretation of that cheroot, that classic cheroot. We have very unique characteristics with the cigar: the pigtail cap, the closed foot. If you guys see an Abe, you're opening up a beautiful box there in front of you.
So you said it's open on both ends, but this actually has a cap on it.
This one has a cap because it is a more modern adaptation of what the classic cheroot is.
It's rustic cheroot.
It's rustic
okay, the cap makes it rustic.
Makes it rustic, right? And the look of it is you're holding it
in
your hand now.
I'm going to show you. I want to make sure you get this on camera. I'm going to tell you something. We have a prep meeting every Friday before the show, and we actually lit these up. And I'm telling you, when we looked at it, we all looked at each other and said, "You going to smoke it? You going to smoke this?" Because this is one. I mean, I'm really assuming this is not like wrapper grade quality wrapper. I mean, tobacco on this wrapper, is it?
No, it is. It's Connecticut broadleaf.
It just looks so rough in the finish. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's mentally what I would think a cheroot is. But I'm going to tell you something. When we cut it and we lit it, and all BS aside, and Paul, you can chime in here, it was very enjoyable.
Yes.
It's not too strong, but it's definitely not like a mild.
It's not mild.
No, it's not mild at all. But it wasn't like overbearing strong.
No.
It really had a unique flavor. But you could see. I mean, this is a pretty, rough looking.
It is, and it does have quite robust flavor. And there's a very unique story.
Yeah, the story is very
if I can tell it about the tobacco and how that came about.
You have a sunfaded breath.
We really enjoyed it.
Great. Well, the story is that many, many years ago in sort of the western part of Honduras, and this cigar comes out of Honduras for us, just for everyone to know, tobacco field workers would sneak into curing barns and take tobacco that was in the pilons that's being cultivated for sale, and literally would use that to create small cigars that they themselves would smoke throughout the day. And then the owners of these fields started realizing that their workers were doing this and told them to stop doing it, essentially, because this is the tobacco that was for sale.
I'm losing money. Please stop.
Yeah, please stop. So told them, you know what? When you cut or pick the leaves from the tobacco plant, whatever grows on afterwards, that you can have and you can smoke it. So essentially, these reborn leaves were what the workers were then starting to smoke. And then they realized that although it had a rough exterior, it did produce a very robust flavor and a very unique flavor. So with this rustic cheroot, we take only the best of those reborn leaves to create the cigar you're holding in your hand. And that's why it has that robust flavor in such a small size and that unique characteristic. So it's really the tobacco that's being used, that's these reborn leaves, and that's what makes it give it that unique flavor.
And it's very common to see people in Honduras actually with these leaves just rolling small little cigars on their side. That's what they smoke.
Now the price point is extremely reasonable on this.
Very.
$4.
It's a little bit over $4 per stick, so definitely going to have
it. Is it one size?
It's one size. It's
you know what?
that
I'm
Panatella
glad you
size.
did that, because I really didn't know that before I asked it, because this just seems like the right size to smoke this cigar. Really, I couldn't imagine this in a Churchill.
No.
You just really couldn't even picture smoking as a Churchill. This is the size.
That's the beauty. It's a quick smoke, but you're going to get a lot of value for your money, obviously, and you're going to get that robust flavor and that kick that you mentioned earlier.
Now, if you don't mind, I ask, what's with the packaging in the packaging? You got them separated to any
They're
reason?
well, it's in boxes of 20, and they're bundled in 10s, and that's really the essence of the brand, that having that satin ribbon around the bundles of 10. So they're in 2 bundles of 10 and a box of 20, and that's just essential to the brand and the history of Henry Clay as a brand. All of our Henry Clay.
All your Henry Clays are
bundled like that? Yeah.
They all have the ribbon.
Yeah, the ribbon, but not bundled in 10, is it?
The stock cut.
The stock cut.
Okay, yeah, the newer stock. Okay.
Yep.
So now, as the marketing guy and packaging guy, is your image when the retailer opens this on the shelf, is he leaving the 2 packs of bundles on display, or what? How did you see that?
They should. That was the idea behind the box.
Your intention is you think consumers will grab it 10 at a time and buy them like this?
We wanted to give them the ultimate flexibility, so you could buy them 10 at a time, a box at a time, or you could put them by the checkout counter, and you could just buy them singles or grab and go.
Right.
So
my instinct as a retailer is to immediately take it out of the plastic.
Yeah.
You can do that.
In there. Because I know what's going to happen is every time, excuse me, could you open up this pack for me? I just want 2 cigars out of here. And you're going to be dealing with that all day. So my initial instinct is to slice and dice it right away.
We've given retailers that option to do
it looks great.
Yeah, and we love the box. Again, it goes along that whole rustic look. It's a wooden box, for those of you who can see it on camera. So we love this new product. We're very excited about it. We have a lot of passion for it. So we're hoping that the listening audience and everyone out there goes out and tries it, and they're going to be pleasantly surprised with it.
And for the price point, which you mentioned, I mean, you can grab a bundle of 10 for $40.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
Yep.
Has this hit the shelves already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this
it's
is
out there, so go pick it up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, when you guys, because I'm just trying to understand your role. Do they come with you and say, "Look, we need a new package for Henry Clay," or you guys? I mean, because I'm trying to figure out how do you guys choose when you come up with something like this? What made you choose Henry Clay as the front mark? Obviously, it's a very old, and known brand, so it probably fits the theme. But are you guys involved in that, or do they? I mean, are you guys involved with? I think we're going to work on this or that, and then are you involved at all in the flavor? They come with you and say, "Here's a cigar. We need to develop something around this cigar."
It's funny you mention it because we just finished every quarter we have what we call a marketing operations planning meeting where we get together with all of the factories, our distribution center, now product capability, which is Rafael and Odor, and we all kind of get in a room and kind of align. Yes, to the nines always.
Impeccable suit and tie.
I think he sleeps in a tie. I'm pretty sure he sleeps in a tie.
Well, they have been talking about making dress wear for men to wear to bed with ties. So
Get out of here!
I'm totally joking. I made that up.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say him and probably Vartan would be the first guys out there.
Oh yeah, he's a dapper Dan.
They both are. So anyways, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, so we get together and it's a collaborative effort. And this one in particular, actually, the Honduran La Flor de Copan, they came to us and they brought forth this concept. They're like, look, we think that we have a gem here. It's a very interesting story. It's a very interesting tobacco. It's a very interesting smoke. And then at that point, then we go back and we're like, okay, what does this fit with?
Right.
And the concept they had brought with that size, they're like, look, we're thinking of doing this with a natural broadleaf to give it that round out that flavor profile. And when you look at what we've done with broadleaf, it made natural sense to go with Henry Clay, what we did with Stock Cut, and then with a limited edition of Tattoo. So this was kind of a natural progression of that line, and it just fit.
So typically, the cigar comes first, and the blend comes first, and they come to you guys, and you develop something around it.
Right.
Is that how?
Right.
Because it's really funny. Because as a retailer, I've kind of done my own, in-house ideas, but I've always done it the other way. I've come up with an idea or concept, and then went to try to find a blend that worked it. So I find it interesting, because I would start with, I want to do this. This would be a great name, and whatever, and then I would go the other way.
We've done it both ways.
Oh, you have done it both ways.
Yeah, we've done it both ways. This one in particular was kind of them coming to us with a fantastic stick. We're like, all right, we got to figure out a way to get this out there and something that makes sense and get the story out there because it needs to be told.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, interesting.
Henry Clay just won't die.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, look, here's the problem. A lot of brands, especially now more than ever, have that cycle of life,
Right.
But some of these, like, really, brands that have been around, Henry Clay, Por Larrañaga, whatever, they always seem to be revitalized because the name is there. Because this current rendition of it may not be as popular 8 years from now, but the name is so well known and it's so much value in it. You just gotta.
And that's something we're trying to do actively. Me and Rick in particular. Like if you look, and you guys made light of it earlier in the show, but we've done a lot of Romeo extensions and new products in Romeo and a lot of new lines in Monte Cristo. We have a lot of great brands that have a lot of heritage, and we have frankly underutilized them. So we want to bring them back to light, and this is one of these projects that could shine a new light on a fantastic brand that's been around since the turn of the last century. I mean, Henry Clay is a very old brand.
I mean, the Henry Clays that I remember today had a rough
look
to us. I mean, this really reminds me of the Henry Clays I first started smoking cigars,
Right.
You got to go to break, but I want to talk to you about, because this thing now.
Tease forward.
Right?
Go for it.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about,
when
we get back, I want to talk to them about collaborations and the patterns of what's going on now that everybody's doing these collaborations and whether it really is
We have
purposeful.
to add 8 more names onto what we already have as an existing name.
We'll touch base with more after the
We'll
break.
get more on that here when we come back, right here on KMA Talk Radio. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato Cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato Cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato Cigars.
When Dominican passion, artistry, and skill combine with 114 years of family legacy, you don't just have a cigar, you have the cigar. Whether you love the mild, flavorful La Aurora 1987 Connecticut, the spicy 1962 Corojo, or the always smooth, sweet La Aurora 1903 Cameroon, you aren't just enjoying a part of history, you're lighting your own legacy, flavor, value, family. Be a part of something. Look to the lion. Smoke La Aurora. We are Dominican defined.
Congratulations, champ, on winning your exhibition fight. What are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm going to smoke one of these amazing Leaf by Oscar cigars.
You mean Leaf by Oscar?
That's what I said, Leaf by Oscar.
It's called Leaf by Oscar, and yes, they are amazing cigars.
See, now you're making me mad. I just want to enjoy my Leaf by Oscar cigar, but you're making fun of me.
It's called Leaf by Oscar.
That's 2 knockouts. Now I get to smoke 2 Leaf by Oscar cigars.
That's Leaf by Oscar.
Hi, this is Rocky Patel, and I'd like to invite you to try one of our decade cigars. This premier cigar received a 95 rating from Cigar Aficionado, one of the highest ratings ever afforded by that magazine. It's a beautiful Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper with fillers from Nicaragua and Honduras. This cigar is medium to full-bodied, rich, complex, yet elegant and well-balanced. I promise you, you're going to love the decade. Try it.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way, taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. The insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
Baker and Zimmerman, defending the injured. 800-866-LAWS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, Honest Abe.
Good morning.
And we are in the meat and potatoes of our Meet Your Maker segment with Rick Alvarez and Joe Fernandez of Altadis USA.
Notice, no vegetables. Meat and potatoes. That is vegetable. I'm wrong.
That's a starch.
I'm wrong.
Kind of.
It is a vegetable, no?
Not technically.
Well, then I'm right then. Meat, no vegetables.
Yeah, it's a meat and starch.
Nobody wants
Protein
vegetables.
and starch.
Nobody wants vegetables.
For the record, I'm not a vegetable fan.
Oh, I love that. How do you not like vegetables?
No,
oh my God,
listen,
put some broccoli on the grill.
I'm completely okay with roasted vegetables or vegetables, but no veggie pizzas.
No.
No veggie cream cheese.
No.
No veggie dips.
Nope.
Hey, do you hear this echo I got here? It's awesome.
I'm gonna get you veggie dip. You guys are gonna love it.
Yeah, dude, come on. Bacon, scallion, cheese. Yeah, that's stuff you put in there.
I'm having a kid. I can't eat all that bacon.
You're
and
worth
then
more dead. Get a good policy. Don't worry about the kid.
Actually, you're probably right.
Yes, we all are. And you'll learn that as you get older. We're all unfortunately worth more dead.
This has been the.
It's got morbid really quick.
This has been the morbid obesity version of Caman Talk Radio.
They call me Honest Dave. It is what it is.
We're here to make sure everyone knows that we're all worth more dead than alive.
Well, not all of us. Most of us.
Most of us.
But some people actually get to the point where they're actually worth more alive, but haven't gotten there yet.
That's a dream.
Yeah, haven't gotten there yet.
We can all dream. Before we went to break, we were talking about collaborations and different things you guys have been working on. We talked about the rustic cheroot. We had talked about the Romeo San Andreas. And, we were talking about how we just have to keep adding names onto things, especially with products that, this is what I'm
Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Especially with the H. Upman by A.J. Fernandez with 4 other things involved. And, like, you guys were mentioning the A.J.'s making the Romeo San Andreas with the San Andreas wrapper. Obviously, the H. Upman by A.J. Fernandez came out last year, which was a very popular release.
Yes, it's doing very well for us.
And AJ seems to be one of those guys who's one of the most talked about, upcoming, kind of hot tobacconists at the time. I mean, what's it like collaborating with different people, and where have you guys looked to possibly go as future collaborations exist?
I mean, for us, it's been a very good experience so far. I mean, obviously, the first one, if my memory serves me correctly, was with the Plasencia family when we did the Espada launch a number of years back, and that's done very well for us. And it's still a pretty consistent cigar in kind of our stable in the Monte Cristo family. But from a partnership standpoint, if you look kind of the structure that we have a very big, large, fantastic facility with a lot of very experienced people in La Romana and the DR, and then we have another great big facility in Honduras, but we don't really have a facility in Nicaragua. And Nicaragua as an origin is what's been hot. So we've identified a number of different partners, and with Rafael Nodal that I mentioned earlier, he has great relationships with both the Plasencia family and AJ, and a number of other partners in Nicaragua that I identified. So we don't see the collaborations kind of ending in the future. It's just figuring out a way to do them in a manner that pays homage to the brand first, and then the collaborator second.
That's what I don't get. I'll be honest with you. From a marketing standpoint, and even just a branding standpoint, the collaborations confuse me. It's almost like getting the Whopper Royale by Ronald McDonald at Burger King. You know, to put it in meat terms.
Right.
But I as a company, I just see that. First off, I mean, obviously the brands you make are historically the biggest. Okay, it's like the Coca-Cola of the cigar industry. It's branding, unless there's a future acquisition plan. As a company, you plan on absorbing them. You're bringing light and attention to another cigar company, and I just don't understand how that typically, in the mind frame, what the purposing of that is.
It seems counterintuitive, and again,
that's my initial reaction. Yeah. It's a counterintuitive thing to a branding of a company, but I mean, and you guys aren't the only guys who are doing it. It's becoming very popular and prolific of collaborations out there in the industry. And this is something that's really in the last 2 years has just become very prolific. And it's a curveball for me. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, well, some of our big, our core brands are sort of, flagship brands like Romeo and Monte Cristo. We're trying to have the brands live on their own, and that's one of our, Joe and I's focus for, 2019 and moving forward, is to try to bring more notoriety to those brands and let them stand on their own, because they are, like you said, historic brands that mean a lot to a lot of people, have a lot of rich history. So we want to bring that to the forefront and talk to consumers about this rich history, not so much from a collaboration standpoint, from a brand perspective. So we are cognizant of that, and I think we're going to do efforts towards that, at least on our big brands. Our smaller brands, and the collaboration, I think, is still something that is going to continue. I think there's a value to that, at least from my perspective. So it won't ever go away.
What is that value? That's what I'm trying to get at. What's the value you feel it brings to the brands you have when you put another manufacturer's name on it? Because also, from my standpoint, because I have a lot of different perspectives. I have a perspective as a retailer. I still am a consumer. And then I sit in this room and talk with a lot of manufacturers. I also see it problematic for the other guy. Because I can't tell you, as a retailer who's buying cigars to sell to consumers, how many times, this guy's not, all his stuff is on back order. Because now all of a sudden he's making cigars for this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy, and Pepin does it, and AJ does it, and all of a sudden they can't make their own brands, and it just, I don't see, I can't connect the dots on how it's functional. And now look, I mean, as a company, if I was a major corporation, this is somebody I'm looking to future acquire. Yeah, I want to build it up because I hope to acquire him someday and bring him into the fold of my company. But I just, on the retail side of my end, I mean, it's probably great for the consumers on a consumer level because it's new stuff and it's different variants and it's something new they could try. But on the business side of it, as a retailer, I just see a lot of complications it causes as far as one, branding, as far as production and inventory, because I don't know what's going on. Is it me? But are there more back orders? I've seen more back orders in the last 8 months.
Well, I think it's been like the last 2 years.
Okay,
the last 2 years.
It's gotten really bad the last 8 to 12 months,
yes.
probably. But I've been doing this 20 years. I've never seen back orders. I mean, all of a sudden everybody's forgotten how to run a production and a factory and time cigars.
I mean, it's a good problem because that means that we're selling a lot, and there's a lot of production, which is what we've been seeing with all the data that's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, look, the sales probably are up, but not to signify all the back ordering. I mean, and these aren't companies. I mean, these aren't companies that. I mean, I'll give you an example. Fuente is one of them right now. These aren't companies that are new. These are guys that have been around for decades. They have production schedules. They have projections, knowing what their expected flow is going to be for the next 2 years. Is there something going on in the back end we don't know about as consumers as far as production? Because I'm telling you, it's like the year of the back order.
I mean, I could tell you just from talking.
I know you guys are marketing guys, probably not your specialty, but I assume when you have these meetings that you guys are all involved in.
Of course.
You hear some of these issues.
Yeah. I mean, we were discussing it this past week with the meeting that I spoke about. I mean, there are in some forms of tobacco there have been limitations, just because there's been a very big boom in the mass market, and that's been sucking up a lot of the high grade tobacco, leaving less for the premium.
Why is a boom happening in the mass market? I thought mass market was going down from all the S-chip and taxation. You guys are experiencing a boom all of a sudden, huh?
We've seen a lot of growth. Yeah, over the last couple of years.
See, I didn't know that.
Maybe it's people buying them, cutting them open, and putting other things in them in Colorado.
There it is.
Yeah.
I didn't put two and two together, of course.
In
All the
Colorado,
new legislation, everybody,
that's
what it is.
Yep, that's what it is.
Oh.
Maybe that's it. Who knows? Put it on the nose. Well, this has been we hope you guys stick around. We're going to have the news in the scoop with Coop. When we come back, we have to take a short little break, and all kinds of great stuff here to come, right here on KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Keep it lit.
Win a date with Adam K. the Brewmeister.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
A lot of people going to get hurt.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory. KMA Talk Radio.
Do you love delicious beer? Do you love delicious cigars? Well, we have the perfect cigar for you. The Quesada Keg, a savory Nicaraguan. All love to enjoy on St. Patrick's Day. Available in 3 tasty sizes. The Quesada Keg is available for a limited time only, so grab one today before they sell out. The Quesada Keg, the perfect cigar to pair with beer.
The party's always rocking at Spearmint Rhino Gentlemen's Club with drink and dinner specials like the 16-ounce New York strip and mashed potato dinner, $16.95, 5 till 10 daily. And Magnum Mondays with specials on bottles and $3 premiums till midnight. And Warrior Wednesdays, where all vets, current military, and first responders are in free with work ID. All of this greatness while jamming out to DJ Legato and enjoying the finest women in Palm Beach. The Spearmint Rhino Gentlemen's Club, corner of Okeechobee and Military Trail, West Palm Beach.
WSVU North Palm Beach, W240CI North Palm Beach, W295BJ Jupiter, W223CJ West Palm Beach.
This is Eric Espinoza, and over the years, many cigar aficionados have enjoyed my highly rated brands. 601, Murcielago. In the spirit of continuing improvement, I have purchased my own factory, La Zona, in rich and fertile tobacco region of Esteli, Nicaragua. After almost 2 decades in the cigar industry, I have created a brand I finally feel is worthy of my name. Espinoza cigars are made with only the finest tobaccos, hand-selected and aged to perfection. Our cigars are bold in flavor, yet refined to the palate. For more information, visit EspinozaCigars.com.
a brand more than 100 years in the making. Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit Sindicato.com.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way: taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. The insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
Baker and Zimmerman, defending the injured. 800-866-LAWS.
Quality and value are always the two biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit SindicatoCigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
Hey fools, how about a game of cutthroat? It's your funeral. That's my kind of game. Arnold, I hope your pool playing is better than your choice of cigars. What do you mean? Wow, tough crowd. Here, try this Recluse cigar. You're gonna need all the help you can get. Don't be stingy. Let me get one of those. Recluse. Wow, that's a good smoke. Now I can bring my A game. I think you should stick with that Recluse cigar and work on your B game, because you don't have an A game. And I know a little something about games. Boom. Ooh, that's cold.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only nonprofit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Sereno Royale Cigars, created at the La Corona Cigar Factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Each artfully crafted blend comes to life under the watchful eye of master blender Omar Gonzalez Aleman and industry veteran Anthony Sereno. A combination of hand-selected tobaccos from the fertile soils of Esteli and Jalapa are aged for over 5 years and then draped with a luxurious wrapper leaf. A post-roll aging process of 2 additional years brings you an endlessly complex and balanced experience. Visit our website at serenocigars.com.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato Cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato Cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit SindicatoCigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato Cigars.
When Dominican passion, artistry, and skill combine with 114 years of family legacy, you don't just have a cigar, you have the cigar. Whether you love the mild, flavorful La Aurora 1987 Connecticut, the spicy 1962 Corojo, or the always smooth, sweet La Aurora 1903 Cameroon, you aren't just enjoying a part of history, you're lighting your own legacy, flavor, value, family. Be a part of something. Look to the lion. Smoke La Aurora. We are Dominican defined.
Congratulations, champ, on winning your exhibition fight. What are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm going to smoke one of these amazing Leaf by Oscar cigars.
You mean Leaf by Oscar?
That's what I said, Leaf by Oscar.
It's called Leaf by Oscar, and yes, they are amazing cigars.
See, now you're making me mad. I just want to enjoy my Leaf by Oscar cigar, but you're making fun of me.
It's called Leaf by Oscar.
That's 2 knockouts. Now I get to smoke 2 Leaf by Oscar cigars.
That's Leaf by Oscar.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I'm Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, bagel expert and cream cheese aficionado, Honest Dave.
Vegan cream cheese aficionado.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I hope is the microphones are off during the break because I was talking a lot of smack during the break.
I
was talking a lot of smack.
I walked in and I said to Con, I was like, thank God we don't air the audio.
KMA, After Dark.
You know,
what happens during the breaks?
Listen, a little birdie,
That'd be a good show.
a little birdie whispered in my ear, says that I need to ask you about Andullo tobacco. I guess you're cooking something up in the Dominican Republic later in the year? Oh, yeah, we're connected here at KMA, right? They're both looking at each other.
I'd love to say, wait a minute, that was like yesterday. We had a conversation.
14 hours ago,
We're
talked about
connected
It's
here.
not just consumers. We have a lot of industry guys paying attention.
Yes.
too.
So what is this I'm supposed to find out about this? I heard about this Andullo. I'm pronouncing it correctly?
Yes, Andullo.
Andullo tobacco.
Yeah.
So it's not a too dissimilar concept to what we're doing with rustic Cheruto, and that we're looking at obviously just the land and the culture of the country to get a product that's indigenous and from there. And Andullo is a tobacco that's very typical in the Dominican Republic. It's fermented very, very differently than it's actually fermented by pressure, via pressure.
What do you mean by pressure?
It looks like a gigantic sausage is the best way I can explain it. It's
Yeah.
a very long log. They put all the cured leaves in palm fronds, and then they tie it. And every 3 weeks...
Palm fronds, you mean the stuff that grows on palm trees?
Yeah.
Really?
And then every 3 weeks they untie it, make sure the leaves are fine and no critters have gone inside, whatever.
Wait, they tie this in a log roll?
Yeah.
So it looks like a big cotto salami.
It looks like a roll.
Once again, meat reference.
I
I'm
was
on a
just
roll.
gonna-
It looks like a salami, and they tie it with a rope.
Really?
And every 3 weeks, they tighten it more and tighten it more and tighten it more. And that pressure is what ferments the tobacco over time.
Really?
And it's left out to the elements. It's not temperature controlled at all. And that's typically used either as chewing tobacco, or they put it in like a regular leaf and smoke it, and it's what the locals smoke. And that's actually one of the first tobaccos that Christopher Columbus experienced when he went to Hispaniola.
Really? So this is probably one of the oldest ways of fermentation.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So they would slice this and use it like chewing tobacco.
Yep.
And
They kick it out and it looks like a sausage. You
Right.
slice it, yeah.
And now you've taken this process and you're using this type of tobacco in a cigar?
We're experimenting with it, and as you can
Really?
imagine, it has a very different taste profile. It's got a big like nicotine kind of flavor in it. It's a robust cigar, but it's very different than anything you ever smoked.
Well, I mean, it's funny because it's a purveyor of different tobaccos, whether it's chewing tobacco or cigarettes or cigars. Tobacco has a very distinct flavor in a different form. I mean, like extremely distinctive.
Yep.
I mean, I could never chew or dip in my life. Never understood the guys who did it, man. But
When I worked in baseball, I tried it, and I was like, this is not the same thing.
oh, but I mean, it's interesting. This has got to be such a different process with the tobacco.
Yes.
And you guys are working on is there a release? Hopefully, maybe are you guys looking this year, next year?
We are shooting to have it out this year.
wow.
Keep your eyes peeled at IPCPR. We're hoping to have it ready by then. I mean, the
Really?
main thing is obviously making sure this is a new thing that not a lot of providers are doing. So getting the supply of that tobacco, again, what we were talking about, just from a supply standpoint, to make sure we can get it in and do it in a way that still remains true to a cigar and balances out, right? You don't want it to be too punchy or too kind of out of the ordinary. So making sure that we balance that blend properly is key and critical.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah. So it's a very, very cool concept.
Very interesting concept. Glad we got into that. But now, sitting on the line, patiently waiting, it's time to see what's in the news this week.
What's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
Joining us from his never-ending road trip, Cigar Coop himself. Coop, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody. I'm here in Alabama today.
Alabama! I did it for you, Colin. Colin, why do you have that button ready? I did the soundbite for you.
Maybe he's enjoying some Clyde Mays.
Hopefully. So, Scoop, what is going on this week in the news?
Well, I know we're going to have Glenn Loop on, and we'll leave the FDA stuff to him because he's going to do a great job. But there was a couple of interesting things. It was a very busy week. It was probably one of the busiest weeks of the year. And at the beginning of the week, I actually was in Las Vegas. And I was basically doing some other business, and I decided to go over to the Palazzo Hotel to go take some people to have a smoke over at the Laguna Champagne Bar, a.k.a. the Circle Bar. And I came to discover that the bar is no longer there.
Listen, I saw this Facebook Live post of yours. I mean, I love you, but I found it really, humorous that this was like breaking news. Coop was so distraught about this.
He was upset.
He was I was kind of laughing a little bit, like, really? I mean, we're going to find another place to hang out. It's okay. I almost wanted to call and console you. You were so, distraught on this Facebook video.
Abe, my phone was ringing at 5:15 in the morning in Vegas because it's 3 hours earlier, asking me if this is true. I got calls from people in the industry. It was unbelievable.
I guess I'm just not overly sentimental like that. I don't know. It was funny, but he was so distraught, man. I was watching. Yeah, look over here, and you see what he slapped me. This is I don't know what. And then he found out. I guess it's been that way for months.
Yeah, they're doing a renovation there, but the bar was gutted. Unbelievable.
I did find it very entertaining, though, Scoop.
All right, Coop, what else is going on this week?
So other thing that's happening is this was actually some big news. Is there's a online social media and content sharing platform called Reddit, very popular in the cigar industry. This past week, it was announced that they are shutting down everything related to cigar transactions. So it's not just like selling cigars, but it's trading of cigars, gifts, contests. And I can tell you, Reddit's got a very big following, and this appears to be something that we got lumped into because it happened the same day that the Austin bomber was caught and committed suicide.
Wow.
So apparently there was someone who was on there. I guess either it was him or it was someone masquerading as him, talking about these bombings. And basically later that day, Reddit announced they're just anything related to alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and transactions are gone. I mean, you can still talk about cigars, but you can't trade or do anything like that, which is a big part of that community.
Wow, so that'll be interesting to get lumped
Somebody will pick it up.
Somebody will find a way to get through it. Hey, you guys looking for a new project with a website? We got some people here might know how to do something. Just saying. Make the Casa de Monte Cristo Social Club even bigger.
Casa Monte Cristo Reddit?
Yeah, why not?
Right?
Yeah, why not?
What else is going on in the news this week, Coop?
This may sound bizarre, but it's something I think we need to keep an eye on. New York City.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Councilman Peter Koo is introducing a bill. He has introduced a bill that's going to prohibit smoking while walking on the sidewalk.
Because they own the sidewalk.
And it'll pass, too. There's not
because
even
listen to me.
It will.
These guys are,
that's what's scary.
Who's going to enforce it?
Listen,
well,
this
is
New
funny,
York City. Really? I mean, come on,
They don't have enough cops.
I mean, why do you waste your time on regulation that, one, no one's ever going to enforce?
They enforce it in the parks. And when they had that no smoking ban in the parks, I kid you not, I've seen people approached by police officers asked to put their cigarette
That's
out.
fine. That's not enforcing it. You know what you're going to do the next time you walk in the park? You're going to light a cigarette.
And then they'll tell you to put it out.
If they see you. Listen, I guarantee you they're catching one out of every 10,000 that walk through that
park. It's New York.
park.
Somebody's going to report you on 911.
They can report you by the time the guys get their cigarettes done. I mean, this is such pointless effort with guys nothing better to do. I think I think they should evaluate any congressman who tries to pass baloney, worthless. That's it. Fire him. Get him out.
Yeah.
Inefficiency of labor.
Yep.
Technically, he works for me and my tax dollars. I fire you. You're fired. Go ahead.
Chicago accent. You're fired.
Fired.
Sorry, Coop. Keep going. What do we got?
Yeah, so just one more point on that. Paul said they were one of the first to put the age 21 smoking ban in, and they passed one of the most sweeping outdoor ones. It's got to be taken seriously, so I think it is something to be watched.
Absolutely.
It's going to pass.
Yep.
New York, it's going to pass.
Yeah, it's going to pass.
So Alabama now. What's next on the road trip, Coop?
It's home. It's home for a couple weeks, and then I probably will be down in Tampa on the 12th.
Adam was asking. He's getting ready to shave his head and move up to
I didn't know he was in Charlotte last week. Actually,
well, you were in Vegas. It didn't work out.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, there's a place. There's a place if you need it.
Excellent. All right, Coop's got a spare bedroom. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Sounds good. We'll go.
All right.
We'll ride the light rail.
Oh boy.
Sounds good.
All right, Coop. Enjoy safe travels back, and we will talk to you next week.
Take care, everyone.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
When we come back, we'll get an update from Glenn Loop on what's going on with the CRA and the fight to keep your rights and to smoke a fine cigar. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Since their humble beginnings in 1998, Drew Estate has believed that the production floor is the crossroads between art and passion, and where the real magic takes place. Drew Estate Master Blender Willie Herrera has crafted a unique medium-bodied line extension that is creamy, lush, and ultra-smooth, and finished off with a flawless shade wrapper that delivers satisfaction in spades. Continuing the story from their factory floor, it is with great bravado that the Drew Estate presents Under Crown Shade, a true Drew experience.
Make your next bold journey an epic one. When it comes to cigars, only one brand delivers intense, unforgettable experiences: Camacho. In continuing this fearless tradition, Camacho brings you the newest addition to its arsenal of badass, the new Camacho BXP. Intense, box-pressed, and crafted with rugged American broadleaf fillers from Pennsylvania. Available in Connecticut, Corojo, and Ecuador. Outfit your next bold journey with the new Camacho BXP.
Sereno Royale cigars, created at the La Corona Cigar Factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Each artfully crafted blend comes to life under the watchful eye of master blender Omar Gonzalez Aleman and industry veteran Anthony Sereno. A combination of hand-selected tobaccos from the fertile soils of Esteli and Jalapa are aged for over 5 years and then draped with a luxurious wrapper leaf. A post-roll aging process of 2 additional years brings you an endlessly complex and balanced experience. Visit our website at serenocigars.com.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
When a child is diagnosed with cancer, their life and their family's life changes dramatically. Chemotherapy treatments, doctor visits, and trips to the hospital soon consume their time. The programs and services provided by the Kids Cancer Foundation make it possible for the foundation to meet the needs of our young patients and families. We could not provide these resources without your support. For more information and to find out how you can make a difference in the life of a child battling cancer, call 561-333-8116 or visit kidscancersf.org.
Sponsored by CLE Cigars.
Lights, camera, action. Real Clips Barbershop brings you all that is good about old school barbershops in a new cinematic themed environment. Whether you need a traditional cut, fade, blowout, or even a straight razor hot towel shave, our master barbers will get you right. All while enjoying iconic scenes from some of your favorite movies, right from our video screens built into the mirrors. Visit realclipsbarbershop.com. That's real, R-E-E-L, clipsbarbershop.com for a location near you or to make an appointment. After one visit, we know you'll be back.
Monte Cristo has set the standard once again, turning back the hands of time by utilizing a long-forgotten, unique aging process that harmonizes the flavors of the wrapper binder and filler with the use of small pilones. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured is an exquisite cigar you must try now. Available nationally for the first time, Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured features a 2006 Nicaraguan Rosado Oscuro wrapper that is both beautiful and distinctive. This cigar is a masterpiece no one should miss. Make sure you get one today at your local tobacconist. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I'm Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Honest Abe. And Rick and Joe from Altadis Say are still hanging out with us. And on the line now, Glenn Loop, Executive Director of the CRA. Glenn.
The man who never rests.
Welcome.
Hey.
You sound tired.
How's your liver? Is it okay?
I know one thing. The wife and I enjoyed those two craft beers that I brought back from Florida.
Oh, that's right.
From our friends at Barrel of Monks.
That's right.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't.
Delicious.
We didn't save you any, Adam, because Glenn took him to the baseball game with him.
Well,
they actually made it back in checked luggage.
Good call. Savor, enjoy, sip responsibly. So, Glenn, it's been a busy week. Break it down for us. What are you looking at here?
Well, actually, why don't we just replay what I said in the studio last Saturday? Because I was skeptical.
Right.
I think I used the word cynical, and then I changed it to skeptical. So just replay that, and you'll have what came out. And I say that with some degree of tongue-in-cheek, but for years, and the industry, but we've been cynical and skeptical about what happens in the United States Senate, and that's what played out. The Reader's Digest version is the 2,100 and some odd page omnibus budget bill came out. Members of Congress had 24 hours to act, which is utterly ridiculous, and I've got an anecdote about that occurred last night. The exemption language nor the predicate change language were in that bill, and all sides of the industry were working feverishly up until the 11th hour to try to get that accomplished. Nobody got anything. And I will give you another Reader's Digest synopsis of this, in that there's simply no appetite in the United States Senate for something that has to do with tobacco. No matter what angle with tobacco, it is tobacco as a whole. And when you're talking about getting provisions like this, changing a predicate date and an exemption for a class of tobacco product, getting past the Chuck Schumers of the world is a very uphill task, and I've said that for years. That doesn't mean you don't convey the message, and that doesn't mean you don't have a seat at the table, and it doesn't mean you don't have a role in the process. This legislation has, and will serve a purpose at messaging for this industry. It has bought us time. It has bought us delays. It has enabled us to build a coalition of congressional sponsors and congressional supporters that this industry never had before. And it has saved the industry millions of dollars, and I say that very frankly and candidly, in buying consistent delays since this industry started to go on offense instead of consistently playing defense, beginning when this legislation was first introduced on April the 15th, 2011. So it's pick up the pieces time. It's time, and I could argue this, and I don't mean to sound like just traditional political spin. I know I get accused of that a lot, but that's the way this game is played, is that I could candidly argue that the defeat of the exemption legislation helps us with the administration, in that the president didn't get everything he wanted either. And it reinforces our message to our chief patrons, our chief supporters, and allies in the United States Congress, and allies in the administration. And I'll say this, and then any questions you've got, but Rocky Patel's appearance on Tucker Carlson on Fox News had a great reinforcing message 24 hours before this bill was delivered, and that segment itself has received over 295,000 views, and we know for a fact that it was seen by some of the right offices in the administration.
Now, obviously now there's a plan B. What's the plan B to the path of exemption?
Well, listen, the plan B, frankly, came out yesterday. And it is no political nor bureaucratic accident that yesterday the FDA issued the advance notice of proposed rulemaking, and not to get overly bureaucratic, but it reopens the question on soliciting information purely and specifically on the question of premium handmade cigars. It's 15 pages that's about us. It doesn't lump us in with e-cigarettes. It doesn't lump us in with pipe tobacco and hookah. It is a premium cigar issuance from the FDA, soliciting information on definition of premium handmade cigar, which is a long-standing debate in this industry, reopens the question on public health, reopens the question on patterns of usage, and it reopens the question on exemption. And the very fact that we're going through this process is positive, it's healthy, and it means that they're going to be more focused on purely questions that deal with premium handmade cigars than ever before from when this process began, when the deeming rule came out in 14, the final rule came out in 16. Now we're getting our chance to tell our very unique story. And I think this is going to be a great exercise for the industry. It's a necessary exercise. We're going to be calling an industry meeting on this very subject in Florida in the not-too-distant future, I'm sure. Our attorneys, both on all sides of this equation, are going to be working with us on this question, as well as some very, very specific consultants that are going to have data and breakdown analysis that clearly breaks to our favor. It's a chance to tell our very unique story. And so messaging from the members of Congress to the administration on what can be done with the process of the rule itself, and having an active role in this advance notice of proposed rulemaking solicitation that was put out yesterday. It'll be published in the Federal Register on Monday, is going to be a critical part of this exercise. Listen, this all goes to the notion. This industry can never sleep. It can never be off. You can never get to that point where you're comfortable again. It's a permanent part of the corporate being for both the consumer, the retailer, as well as the manufacturer. This is the new reality, so everybody's going to have to get used to that.
Glenn, you've said it all very well. Best of luck.
Thank you for taking the time to update us, Glenn.
Yes, I mean, and making sure that everybody knows, if, as Glenn just said, you now have the opportunity to once again make your voice heard. Go out there and actually do something and stop just sitting around and not thinking that the sky is falling. This is not
if you've got a single listener in in the state of New York, go to Chuck Schumer's office and tell him how you feel about this.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Chucky loves visitors.
So you're very personable with Chuck, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, and we actually broadcast to Long Island, so there's a lot of people in New York listening to us, Glenn. So they're hearing you now.
I really think that's positive. This has got to happen in every congressional district and Senate office in the entire country. But the leadership offices specifically, and I mean, when I say leadership office, I mean Republican Mitch McConnell in Kentucky and Chuck Schumer in New York. Retailers and consumers have started to go to these district offices that are in every congressional district in their respective state and let them know how you feel about this stuff. It's not going to happen by accident.
Absolutely. Glenn, thank you for everything you do. Go try and get some sleep. I know it's not going to happen, but yeah, at least go enjoy a nice cigar and a bourbon on me.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk soon.
I look forward to it. Glenn Loop, everybody, Executive Director of the CRA. A man working very hard and diligently for you. Guys, I mean, you guys...
You got a minute, what?
I got a minute, 30 seconds.
You guys, not even 30 seconds.
I got 45.
Oh, well, you guys, could you in 30 seconds or less tell us about Chase the Ace?
Yeah. Chase the Ace is a gaming platform. It's a golf game that we're going to launch soon. It's basically trivia. So consumers have a chance to win swings and win some chances to get some dollars off on some of our great Romeo products. So you answer some questions, you get some swings. So it's a gaming platform.
Very interactive.
Very interactive.
Where do they go to do this?
You go to chasetheace.com. Go there. It's not live yet.
Not live yet.
We're mid-April.
Mid-April. A little bit after the Masters. Good. So that's the time frame.
Timing.
So chasetheace.com. Go there, answer some trivia, win some swings, and get some great Romeo products.
Absolutely.
And get some coupons off.
Rick, Joe, thank you guys for being here. You guys are off the hot seat.
Thank
Till
you.
then, keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato cigars.
Nestor Miranda has always believed it's not just cigars, it's a lifestyle. And the Nestor Miranda collection is handmade at My Father Cigars in Esteli, Nicaragua for your lifestyle. It doesn't matter if you're smooth like the Connecticut, mellow as a Habano, bold like the Maduro, or spicy like the all-new Corojo. The Nestor Miranda collection is blended with your lifestyle in mind. 4 sizes, 4 blends, 1 life. Celebrate your lifestyle with the cigars of the Nestor Miranda Collection today.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit sindicato.com.
Monitor 3 humidors at once from one simple device. Caring for your cigars is easy with the new PuroTemp wireless hygrometer from Zycar. You now have the ability to monitor the humidity and temperature in 3 humidors without even having to open them. Ensure protection by setting simple alerts that will warn you when your cigars are not in the optimal environment. Like everything Zycar, this is backed by their lifetime warranty. Stop by your local tobacconist to purchase yours today. Zycar, for life.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, bagel connoisseur, cream cheese expert, Honest Abe himself.
Just non-vegetarian, that'll do.
Non-vegetarian,
right?
True
Let it
carnivore.
go.
Yes. We could have went probably another 2 or 3 segments with these guys. We didn't even touch on their position on FDA and whatever.
We're going to have them back.
Yeah, super interesting guys.
Yeah.
Very, very.
We just got a jam-packed show today, all kinds of stuff.
No, it was good. It was good.
Absolutely.
It was good.
It's amazing what happens when time flies in an hour and a half, and you have no idea that it's already been an hour and a half of this show.
It really does. I mean, honestly, there's times where we can say we did a 4-hour episode once.
Oh,
our 200th anniversary. Well, I mean, we were drinking like prolifically too, which made it a little extra harder.
I need to go back and listen to that.
I was actually
Lady
sober
M
for the
4
first
hours.
2 hours, but Em and Abe were doing shots in the first 2 hours.
I don't believe it.
Everybody, we were making one of the games was we had all this liquor written on a piece of paper, and you had to like pull 3 out of them or 4 out of a box, and they had to make you a shot of that, and you had to drink it. And everybody was doing this. There was like 100 people there.
Oh yeah,
there was 100 people for our 200th episode, and I think it was at least after the 4 hours. Then I disappeared and locked in the bathroom for an hour.
Yeah.
They couldn't find me. I just locked myself. I think I passed out in the bathroom for an hour.
Yeah,
that was our 200th episode.
Yeah, that was good times.
Responsible drinking.
Yes. making sure to sober up for just in time.
Right.
And now we are here to be joined by Jim Howard of the Blast Infinity Odor Shield. Jim, welcome to KMA Talk Radio.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Jim, this is a really colorful, interesting packaging you got going here. Tell us a little bit about what this product is. I mean, obviously this is something like you've seen probably in a million car washes or gas stations. What makes your product different?
Well, we're water-based, non-toxic.
And where are they typically based?
Oil-based.
Oil.
Yeah, basically.
Which means it stains, it's thick.
Correct.
Doesn't dissolve easily.
It does not. Where we're water-based, where literally it will bond to the surface. We actually made it a polymer, a water-based polymer.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So it'll stick, if you spray it on your clothes or floor, it actually sticks there.
It actually bonds. It's a covalent bond.
Wow. And how did you come up with this formula?
Well, my son and I did. Are you
guys chemists?
Actually, I grew up in the 70s, so I...
You can say that.
I said chemist, not botanist.
Not herbalist.
Yeah, not herbalist.
So we sat down and we started playing, and the next thing you know, we developed it, and we started testing it, and we did proof of concept. Couple of hospitals, and then we got pulled in.
What was the reasoning you were working on this? What was the problem you were trying to solve at the time? It wasn't car odor.
No. What it was we were actually helping a friend down to the hospital, and every time we would tour the hospital, they always talked about how many problems they had with odor and how many problems they had with the different chemicals and how harsh they were. And we kind of looked at each other and said, we can do this, and we just went to work on it.
What were you guys doing at the time?
We were helping a buddy that had a very large construction company. So
with the same kind of problem?
No. He was doing patch and paint.
Okay, that's what you guys were doing, and decided to now work on this.
Correct. So as we toured the hospital, we were there for 6 months, and then we started developing it, and we went back to that hospital and did the proof of concept.
Wow.
And they were blown away because it becomes the surface. We took luminometers. We were getting 3,000-4,000 on luminometers. You're supposed to get, CDC says you got to get under 100. So
you were getting 3.
We were getting 0.
0.
Yeah.
Now explain to what 0 is, because our listeners don't have a clue.
So bacteria, it's an ATP monitor.
Right.
What happens is when you touch it, it leaves a trail.
Residue.
Exactly. So what we did was we created this polymer that literally becomes the surface.
Really?
So you clean, you disinfect first, and put it down, and literally we would come in and a month later wash it up, and
still nothing.
0. We went.
It's like a germ sealant.
Correct. We're the first multi-purpose protectant on the market. We actually started a whole new phase of cleaning.
But at this point, it wasn't about odor.
It was in the beginning because we would go into the bathrooms, and one of the problems they had was there was a bathroom there that they would tell us 2,000 people went there a day, and no one really hit where they were supposed to hit.
Yeah.
So when we walked in, it was like,
rancid.
So when we tested, that was the first place we hit, and literally when they went through Joint Commission and ACA, which was their big inspections, they thought they were going to fail. So when they went in, we had already treated it, and they went in and went, "You got to be kidding me!" That's when they called us and said, "We want the whole hospital done."
Wow.
We went from actually applying it to going, "We're manufacturing now."
I just want you to note that they give another sound bite, because at least 4 times during this interview, you can hear Paul go, "Wow."
That's him playing it.
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah.
Vivacious.
Is that your soundbite of him going, "Wow"? Yeah. Now it's gonna be. So at this point. Now, I got children who have allergies. This is also hypoallergenic.
Correct.
Now,
Correct.
Are the other stuff that you see in the gas stations, do they have allergens?
I don't know anything.
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know. We
just went right to the wall with it.
Did you make it hypoallergenic, or did you just ended up
no.
being
Yeah, no, we
hypoallergenic?
used everything. We actually coined the phrase hyper green because everything in it was so pure that we literally knew that hyperallergenic, water-based, non-toxic, and we knew that it was not going to re-enter the environment once it was on the surface, so we were like, this is a home run.
Now, our listeners mostly are going to look at this product that you call the Blast, and they're going to look at it as an odor eliminator. Now, is this also the protecting of germs stuff? Is it the same stuff or different stuff?
It has no disinfecting properties.
This one doesn't?
No, none of them do.
Oh, really?
There's no disinfecting. There's no kill claim that we have here. Nothing. It's a protectant. You have to clean first.
Right.
You have to continue to clean.
Right.
So that this just protects the surface.
So it just easily comes off, and the surface.
Nothing will live. Nothing inhibits the surface.
Right.
So what we tested on mold and mildew.
It's like Saran wrap on a plate. Nothing really ever touches the plate.
It's like misting super glue over everything, and you can't get it off.
Wow.
There's 2 ways to get it off: 3M scrub or put bleach on it.
Wow.
Something caustic.
Interesting. So, and this is the exact same material.
Yeah.
But you made it now scented, and now
we did.
People use this in their car.
We use essential oils. We blend them.
Right.
And
all natural.
All natural.
All natural.
Yep.
Because this one I'm looking at now, I mean, you got how many flavors? 25?
20. Yeah.
You got ocean breeze, lavender, fresh linen.
Is there a coffee one too, or something? Did I see?
No, there is. I think there is a coffee one.
Yeah,
I think I have
one.
a coffee one. So let me ask you, Jim. So do you? What's the application? Do I? So I'm going to go to one of Abe's cigar bars, and I'm going to spend 3 or 4 hours there, smoke a couple cigars. Do I spray myself before I go in?
Well,
or do I wait till I leave and then spray down so that my wife...
I'm spraying the office now.
Well, because it's a thing.
Hold on,
for
let me
me.
spray Adam a little bit.
There you go.
That's Adam is spraying. So no, I just want to ask. I just sprayed this over my cup of coffee. A bottle of it just floated in there.
It's hyper green.
I wouldn't drink it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Come on. No, actually, some of the ladies. It's a polymer.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I drank it by accident.
No more coffee.
I drank it by accident. And
just wasted.
He saw some pretty colors.
Yeah. It's not
it smells good here.
But do you? It does. They all smell great. So do you apply it after?
Well,
or before, or what? What's the?
It's usually we actually went after the odor aspect of it.
Okay.
So it was an odor eliminator, and
Right.
then smoke. We were challenged to bring it into one of the auto parts stores, and they had said that his son was smoking medicinal things, and he said, "You get that smell out of that car, I'll bring it in." So my sales guy went in and hit the car, and he said, "You got to be kidding me!" He goes, "This is unbelievable." And he said, "Wait a couple days." And the kid turned and he said, "Dad, I smoked on the way here." And he's like, "Give him a couple days. Don't do anything." So a couple days come back and he sticks his head in there. He goes, "This is pretty good." And the kid goes, "I smoked in it again, Dad." And we were like, "Great." And so what happened was we had big bottles. And after about 2 weeks on the counter, he's like, "Get them out. They're just too big."
They're too big.
And that's when we said we got to make something that's ready to go. And that's what we did. And that was about a little over a year ago, and we're over 1,000 locations right now.
Now, what does this 50 milliliter bottle retail for?
Between $5 and $6.99.
Okay.
Yep.
It's reasonable.
Yep.
And how many applications do you think you roughly get out of this bottle?
You can probably 100 or so.
Okay, so here's my question, because I'm one of these guys.
And depending on the area.
Well, yeah, I'm one of these guys when I get something like this, like my car, I'm like, how many pumps do you really need to do in your car? I'm assuming you're spraying the carpets.
Yeah, that's like the lollipop. So
you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Depends how deep you like the smell.
Yeah,
I guess.
And the smell literally will go away. What we did was we added the essential oils in it because your actual olfactory nerves.
Right.
Women know this because when they do the perfume side of it, they'll take coffee beans and it resets. So that way they can smell the next one. So that's why we did that. We put that in there so that it literally takes it away, but then fades, and your odor's gone.
Right.
I've had people tell me that they've put odor on top, and it's taking care of it.
Amazing.
So, yep.
And where can consumers or guys listening to our show, where can they find this product? Your website?
Yeah, we're Odor. It's InfinityOdorShield.com.
InfinityOdorShield.com. Paul, you'll post that on social media. And is there a retailer finder on that website yet? Or?
No, we're working on that.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah, because definitely.
And these also come in industrial.
Oh yeah, we actually do. Here's what we've done. We've got the blast, and then we go into the big blast, which is an 8-ounce bottle, red like this. Then we have the Infinity Pro, which is a little bit bigger, 1632.
So if you're doing like a whole room, you're not here with this little pump spray, like a massive area. You can go
Oh no!
Yeah.
This is good for the car.
Right.
The women like to spray the carts before they wipe them down. You'd be surprised, It's a good ready to go product.
Wow.
So and then we've got gallons, of course, and then actually we actually got industrial. We went and after the hospital we were invited to a MRF for a South Florida garbage company, and you could smell them a half mile away, and we went in with an odorless and sprayed, and they all looked at each other and said, "You got to be kidding us." And we said, "Yeah, that's how it works." So they had us do a front end loader, and we went in and did the front end loader, and they looked at us like, "You got to be kidding." So the DEP came in and they tested the chemical, and we're like, we thought that was normal, and literally they said, "Hey, this is the best stuff we've seen."
No, I mean, we sprayed it in here, and I don't smell the whatever. I can't remember the fragrance. I suppose it was an ocean breeze. It was strong in me, but you're right. It's like odorless now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's dead air. It literally is dead
I don't
air.
smell the room anymore.
Yeah.
So no, this stuff is good. This stuff works.
I've had my nephew used it on diaper pails. He's got children, and literally, he's off the hook with it.
Wow.
He loves
That's
it.
good to know.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, the diaper pails. And he's like,
well, make sure you check out their website, Infinity Blast.
No, it's Infinity Odor Shield.
Odorshield.com. Odorshield.com. We're going to post it on our social media.
Thank you. Yes, and find Blast at locations near you, and retail search coming soon.
And Jim said he's gonna leave us a couple to give away.
We're going to give away on social media this week.
Yeah.
Good.
So we'll give a couple away.
Follow us this week, and hopefully you'll get yourself your hand on some of these.
And you can experiment and test it out for yourself.
It really works. We're very, very impressed with it.
I currently could not smell
it.
it.
Listen, as a smoker and a guy who's in the cigar industry, we're always looking for something that works a little bit better. I mean, we've seen hundreds of variations over the last 2 decades. So this is actually something that we've been very impressed with.
We give 100% guarantee. It's crazy the things that we've been told that it worked on. A cat odor to pet odor to you name it.
I'm going to go over to my neighbor and spray him with some of this tomorrow.
Wow.
So.
Do you have a problem with the neighbor?
No, they're good people.
Okay, that's good.
No, they're not.
Yes. So if you're a crazy cat lady, make sure you check out Infinity Odor Shield and clean up so people don't know that you're a crazy cat lady, like Paul.
Yes.
Here we go. I don't have cats, man.
You know you do.
When we come back, we'll see This Week Who Belongs to Cigar Insane Asylum. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
This is Eric Espinoza, and over the years, many cigar aficionados have enjoyed my highly rated brands, 601, Murcielago. In the spirit of continuing improvement, I have purchased my own factory, La Zona, in rich and fertile tobacco region of Esteli, Nicaragua. After almost 2 decades in the cigar industry, I have created a brand I finally feel is worthy of my name. Espinoza cigars are made with only the finest tobaccos, hand-selected and aged to perfection. Our cigars are bold in flavor, yet refined to the palate. For more information, visit EspinozaCigars.com.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit Sindicato.com.
Sereno Royale Cigars, created at the La Corona Cigar Factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Each artfully crafted blend comes to life under the watchful eye of master blender Omar Gonzalez Aleman and industry veteran Anthony Sereno. A combination of hand-selected tobaccos from the fertile soils of Esteli and Jalapa are aged for over 5 years and then draped with a luxurious wrapper leaf. A post-roll aging process of 2 additional years brings you an endlessly complex and balanced experience. Visit our website at serenocigars.com.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB Cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit SindicatoCigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
Hey, fools, how about a game of Cutthroat? It's your funeral. That's my kind of game. Arnold, I hope your pool playing is better than your choice of cigars. What do you mean? Wow, tough crowd. Here, try this Recluse cigar. You're gonna need all the help you can get. Don't be stingy. Let me get one of those. Recluse. Wow, that's a good smoke. Now I can bring my A game. I think you should stick with that Recluse cigar and work on your B game, because you don't have an A game. And I know a little something about games. Boom. Ooh, that's cold.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way, taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. The insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
Laws. Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I'm Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Honest Dave.
Man, it's never been so tolerable to sit next to you. It smells nice.
It does smell good in there, actually.
And we're here with Jim Howard from The Blast and Infinity Odor Shield. Jim, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, and the studio will never smell bad again.
We actually
Knock
need
on
it
wood.
for this room now.
No, what are you trying to say about Colin?
No, it's not Colin. It's just there's
Colin,
something
you
with
don't
the
let him
carpets.
talk like that about you, Colin.
When was the last? Have they ever cleaned the carpets here? That's a good question.
Dude, did you see this? Did you see this stain here?
Oh yeah.
What could have caused that stain?
It's like a 30-inch diameter.
More than 30. It's at least 30, 32 inches diameter. Black
It's like
stain.
a blood. It's like a blood stain.
Seriously, what is that?
So basically, what you're telling me is we're now in a murder house.
There's a good shot this carpeting is older than I am.
Wow. That's
Seriously.
not me. Just so you know, you told him to play that. Now he's playing it.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
You know what? Come on. Come on.
So, Jim, you have
A lot
how
of
many
people going to get hurt.
How many cents do you have now?
There's 20.
20 cents. I saw. I mean, lavender.
Isn't he a rap
linen.
singer?
Lavender?
Nobody got that.
No.
20 cents.
Ah.
Isn't he a
Oh,
rap
like
no.
50 cents?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
all right. Bad.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I thought it was funny. You had to be catchy. You had to be sharp.
That was rough.
I was not there. So
All
what
right.
would you say is the most off-the-wall scent you created?
Yeah.
Barbecue.
I saw. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw one
what-
inside. It says barbecue.
I mean, what's with the barbecue scent? For
We-
reals.
We
For reals.
For reals.
It's a cool story. We were challenged. We were asked to make it for one of the major waste companies for their landfill.
They wanted instead of smelling like garbage, it smelled like barbecue.
Yeah.
Or were they trying to attract? like,
No,
people
it was
that-
Earth Day. It was Earth Day, and I think the city and they went back and forth, and they always literally.
Oh, is this barbecue you're spraying in here?
Vivacious. Let's go eat.
Right.
So we put it through the misting system, and
Whoa. Oh my God! It is barbecue.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Well,
That's like That's like seriously. It's
crazy,
mesquite
yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah,
that,
it's crazy.
that has a lovely mesquite note to it.
I swear. Oh my God!
I thought he was full of crap.
Let me,
No,
let me-
no,
let me-
it's
let me
cool.
tell you, let me tell you something. Paul came and made a couple sprays, and I kept missing him. Like, oh, I must
I
not
was
smell
wait-
this
yeah.
barbecue. And then it hit me. Oh my God!
I know. I'm sitting there
Real
waiting for it. I was like,
barbecue.
wait, where is this? Where
Your
is this?
daughter wants to go get barbecue now. I sprayed it in that room.
It's not even like artificial barbecue, like
it's
that, like a barbecue potato chip. Like, this smells like
I
real
smell like
barbecue.
hickory. Yeah, hickory wood, and that's good.
That's insane.
It's crazy. Yep.
There's also a cedar wood that I saw in there.
I mean, being a fat guy, it's not the odor I want in my car. You know? Every time people get in, oh, been to the drive-thru again there, huh, Abe? Yeah. You
How
know?
many McRibs did you
how many
eat,
McRibs? McRib back in season? Yeah, I don't know if I want that scent in my car. Just but it smells good.
That's wow. I'm impressed. I did not think that was going to have such a
What's
flavor.
the best-selling one?
Fresh Linen and Ocean Breeze. It's
Number one.
Yeah, that's.
What's the dog? Well, you have one that says, "Yeah, I mean, maybe we shouldn't have made that one."
Watermelon.
Really?
Yeah, watermelon.
I'm gonna see if it smells like watermelon. I think you were target marketing there a little bit.
I don't see.
Oh,
I don't see
you're gonna have
any
the whole.
watermelon.
The other one is all
all
the
of them.
I'll go get one.
Yep.
No, it's all right.
No, we gotta.
Adam wants to smell. Well, while he's doing that, we gotta hit the insane
Let's
asylum.
see this week who belongs in a cigar insane asylum.
Let me see.
Welcome to the Cigar Asylum,
Did you know I'm utterly insane? We all go a little mad sometimes.
where logic and reason cease to exist.
This week, who belongs in a cigar insane asylum? Brought to you by CLE and Asylum Cigars.
So, are you sticking with watermelon? I saw you wanted to look at the chart. Is watermelon the worst? Oh, it does smell like watermelon. It's not. Well, because you got to weave it in. You got to weave it in. No, it's not a bad smell.
No.
It's not a bad smell.
Everybody knows what watermelon smells like, but actual watermelon does not smell like watermelon.
Yeah, I guess I've never really smelled a watermelon, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to Publix and buy some watermelon so I can smell it. All right. This week, brought to you by the fine folks at CLE and Asylum Cigars. This week's inductee almost got away with it. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said that Jamaican citizen Hugh Hall, who was a crew member on Fly Jamaica Airways that arrived at John F. Kennedy International Airport from Montego Bay this week. Hugh presented himself for inspection upon arriving in New York, as is protocol. However, after the initial inspection, he was taken to a private search room. You've been to that room, right, Paul?
No comment.
Come on. Anal cavity searches, no?
I've never gotten that far,
Come
but
on.
I've actually been taken. Why do you think me?
Because you're a
that's
cat
just-
person.
No.
Come on.
I have been taken away from the line though.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Into a private room?
Yeah, but they did. I didn't have
See?
to take clothes off.
What did they do?
They do a
Did they
more
bring out-
thorough pat down.
Did they bring out red tape and make you stand next to it to see if you were tall enough to get on the plane? No? Okay. You have to be this height? No, just checking. All right. Back to this.
What's the TSA agent friendly or too gentle?
He had soft hands.
Okay. So anyways, custom officials said that he was found to be hiding 9 pounds of cocaine inside his pants strapped to his legs with an estimated street value of $160,000. You got to see the picture of this. It's like he's got 2 casts on his legs under his pants. He was arrested on suspicion of importation of a controlled substance and turned over to Homeland Security investigations. Obviously, he will also lose his job. Nice tie. Congratulations, Hugh Hall. You are not only this week's inductee into Cigar Insane Asylum, but as winner, we were going to send you a case of watermelon blast because where you're going, you're probably going to need it.
Yeah, giveaway. I'm sure someone would love it if he smelled like watermelon.
Yeah, he'll be the most popular guy on Cell Block D.
That's a good thing. Yeah. All
I
right.
think it smells great. I have. There's a lot of great. I was looking at all the different scents that he has too. There's like pina colada. There's a lot of cool ones.
Great. Now I want a pina colada.
Sorry, man.
Next week, Jose Cala of Cala Cigars. And our old friend Jamie Traylor of Lexington Brewing and Distilling will be back.
Bring your drinking boots, Abe.
We're drinking again. I like
a lot of whiskey.
He's bringing Irish whiskeys. They've got a bunch of new Irish whiskeys they're doing.
3. I think we're gonna have like definitely 3 different Irish
So
whiskeys. I think. 4.
Should we bring my own designated driver?
Yeah,
next week
probably.
Your daughter's tall enough now. She can drive.
She's tall enough, without a doubt. I mean,
it's been a great show. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you missed any part of it, check it out on the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page. Till next week, keep it lit.
Paul the producer, the best we could afford.
Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you.
Paul the producer. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Awarded the 2014 Nicaraguan Cigar of the Year with numerous 90-plus ratings, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Cigar celebrates Tabacalera Perdomo's 20 years as one of Nicaragua's largest premium cigar manufacturers. Using only the highest priming tobaccos grown exclusively by the Perdomo family, the 20th Anniversary Cigar has a tremendous profile with layer upon layer of rich, elegant, complex flavors. Visit your nearest authorized tobacconist today and experience the masterful blend of these Nicaraguan puros. Now available in extremely limited edition pyramid size in sun-grown or Maduro.
The party's always rocking at Spearmint Rhino Gentlemen's Club with drink and